You can't remember where it was. Let this dream stop.
Hope you find some kind of peace of mind. Find and hope you find some kind of peace of mind. Find.
That's right, we're back.
Was true. Is my love. Is my
Mental Monday.
Hope you find some kind of peace of mind. Find.
Oh, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Matty B with Mental Mondays with Epis. Got my co-host here, W. Dubois. I hope you find some kind of peace of mind on this beautiful Mental Monday. I'm a little nervous today. I don't know. It's the holidays. I'm kind of jazzed up a little bit, you know. Christmas right around the corner. What a hell of a day, you know, for a Mental Monday, honestly, for me. Work was just absurdly busy. And then I get home, you know, do my thing. We got a little sports news going on with the Mets again. And then I go out for a run, and I somehow strain my groin and, hurt my testicle or something, Dub. I don't even know how. All right. I have a theory. I don't know. We'll talk about it. But so my Monday's been a hell of a doozy, but I'm glad it's coming to an end. And no better way than to spend it with you, bro. So what's going on? How was your Monday?
It was a little hectic. I'm over here trying to do a bunch of things before I go to Port St. Lucie for Christmas. So still
Nice.
here.
Spending it with mom and dad.
Yeah, for sure, Matty B.
No doubt.
Yeah.
You're leaving in the
So
morning?
like, I'm gonna leave in the morning. So there's like we were talking about you feel like a little nervous. I guess it's a little jitterness.
Yeah.
Hoping that things don't go wrong or everything goes right. I had that thing about me. So like going into something like that's exciting or supposed to be a good thing, I'd be scared that something might go wrong. So I have that little thing about it. So a little anxiety with it. But it's always like this. It's always been like this for me. So it's definitely fitting that I come here tonight on Mental Monday.
Well, certainly doing something like this, you know, I think, sometimes I always get that before show jitters a little bit, you know. But I don't know. I feel like it's a bit more tonight. I don't know why.
Really?
You know, I don't know why. It's like there's no reason.
I feel like, it's all good or now. Shit's gonna work out. But and there's no reason to feel like this way. But it's like I've always been like this, man, most of my life, bro. Like, oh my God, I don't know where it started, but obviously somewhere from the past. But I'm hoping nothing goes wrong and trying to make sure I do everything right. You know, in hopes of everything going right. Because at the end of the day, we don't even get to control everything. I can do everything I'm supposed to do, and then something can go wrong outside, although anything can happen.
Right.
But I don't know. But there's always this nervousness with me. When it comes to right before something important.
Well, I think with me too today, it's like also just because at least with work and then getting home, I got this whole injury thing going on, and then I'm like, you know, like, all right, what else is gonna go wrong? You know, like that's just kind of like how I've been programmed to date. Why not? You would think, let's go in the other direction. Let's start to think positive. Say, well, you know, things got to get right. You know.
Yeah.
You know, you got to get right at some point. Something's got to go my way.
Well,
Why is the immediate default to like go negative?
I immediately understood what you were saying when you were talking about the groin injury. That shit is kind of, it's like two cherries and they go like this stuff. But anyway,
oh my God,
maybe that happened.
Well, listen, to be honest with you, just to close that whole thing up. All right, I think it's because my fat ass thought, let me buy these tight compression pants that are mediums. Everything I wear is a large. And I'm just like now realizing this. I've had these. Bro, I've run marathons in these. You know, like the last marathon I ran in the gray ones, the long
So
ones.
why
They were medium.
would you get hurt running a regular a
Well,
10K?
I was actually hurt after the marathon, and it was that
Oh,
similar type pain.
okay,
Apparently
okay,
these are
gotcha.
too tight for me, and I've been like ignoring it. You know, like I don't, or like not addressing it or not realizing that was the root cause of the problem. Because like I said, I just went out. I tried to run a 10K and I was pushing it a little bit. I think what happens is when I overstride, it like compresses a little too much on that groin area on that right side, and you know, I must have squeezed
Mm,
my testicle or something. I don't because it hurts. It feels like I got punched there. You know, like it's there and it
wow.
won't go away. Like it's going to
Oh,
be like a
all
little sore for the rest of the night. I know by tomorrow I should
right,
be
all right.
fine. You know,
We're gonna pray for you, Maddie.
Jesus. Listen, my testicles have been
We're gonna
enough
pray for
in
you.
2025. All right, this is not how I wanted to end it. All right.
It might be
You know,
healed up by
like
the first.
we both got the glasses, by the way. I'm wearing glasses tonight. Okay, for the
Yeah,
first time on stream. My one of my
they're very similar
coworkers,
frames.
my one
They're
of my
very similar frames.
what happened?
We have similar
Yeah,
frames.
I know it's kind of funny.
Mine are a
Also,
little thicker,
by
but
the way,
they're definitely very similar.
it's a very similar thing where with you and me, where this happens, shit like this happens. We wear the same shirt without talking to each other. Now we're wearing glasses. You
Yeah,
don't even know. You
yeah.
have to look at the stream to see me.
It's the same
So
guy.
you
Yeah, we
didn't
got the same
even. You
frame.
probably didn't even know I was wearing the glasses.
No, I seen the glass. I didn't really. I've seen you wear glasses and sunglasses, you know, accessories. You
Yeah,
know, you're
not
stylish,
these.
bro. But I
Uh,
look at them all. This same damn glasses. Look at the nose. Look at the front. Mine are a little thicker.
yeah,
The actual physical, the frame, but it's the same damn style.
it's funny. These are blue, like anti-blue light or whatever, like blue light glasses. For like for this type of situation, for like being on the computer looking at the halo light. Because let me tell you, that shit hurts, bro. You know, looking
Yeah,
at that light above, like yeah, not that I look
mm,
at it, but I'm looking up
it's
at the
there.
screen. That shit's there. It's shining right down on me. After a while, it hurts. Um, and I didn't buy these glasses. They're probably like cheap quality ones too. But my coworker bought them for me for Secret Santa, along with this bracelet. She bought me a
Okay,
bracelet with it with an M on it for Matthew or
there you
mental
go.
health. I don't know.
Yeah, Monday.
Yeah,
Monday.
Monday. Let's call it Monday. I don't think Dorothy was thrilled about the female coworker buying me the bracelet. By the way, what are your
Yeah,
thoughts on that?
you keep wearing that shit in front of her, and talking about it.
Yeah.
Listen, nah, but
I
she,
do
it's all
like it.
right.
I'm not gonna lie. I like the bracelet more than I
It's
do the
good.
glasses.
It's good when
Yeah.
people like you, even for your marriage. You know, it's good when people like you, even for your marriage. It's healthy.
Oh, look.
So,
There she is. Wifey's in the chat. She says, I didn't really care. LOL. It was just the shirt. So she also, this bitch bought me a lot of things, man. You know, she bought. I don't even,
I love
Dub,
mental
I don't
Monday.
even know her, bro. Like she's kind of new. She's
Man, you
works
got
at like
that
a
thing about you. People want to be around you. People
no,
like you.
stop.
You know,
There was
I
a
think you did for me
minimum
a little bit.
$50 value, so she was trying to work up that value. The bracelet alone probably what 10, $15, right?
Did you get anybody for get anything for anybody you really don't give a shit about who just around and you just
I had a Secret Santa, of course, right? It was
all
this girl
right,
that I do like her. We don't talk very
okay.
much, but I do like her. Nice chick. Um, and I bought her what she wanted. We each gave like you could write down what you wanted on this Secret Santa slip. So some people don't. They just surprise me or whatever. I basically gave them clues. I was like, I like sports, hiking, um, and running. So that was like what you know, you based it off that. Boom. That's what I gave you. I didn't want to be specific about it. I thought later maybe I should have been
When it comes to
specific.
stuff like that, you can get something great for under $30 with sports, hiking, running.
Exactly. Right.
Cheap. Yeah, that's a cheap
Exactly.
hobby.
So yeah, she did a good job with it. I'm pretty sure she had help from someone because again, this girl doesn't know me. Like she just kind of started at this job. She's been there maybe 2 months, and she doesn't even work like in my lab. She works at like
Yeah.
the women's cancer
Company
center,
girl.
you know. So she probably got some help from somebody that knows me, but it was nice. She bought me the bracelets. She bought me the glasses, which obviously put in some use to it. She bought me a Mets shirt that I don't really like. I don't have the shirt here right now. I don't know
She's
where it is.
watching this. I don't like that shit. You
I'll
know,
tell
so
her
you talking
too,
about.
but you know, like,
Yeah. All right. Cool. So
I
look,
would
I
tell her.
think.
I don't care. You know, whatever. Nah, I told her I did like everything though, but I emphasized on the bracelet. She bought me
What's wrong
that.
with the Met shirt?
I just don't particularly like it. It's cheap quality for one, and then
Oh, the material. Yeah, I hate shitty material or
yeah,
cloth. I don't like cloth.
yeah, it's cottony, but it's like terrible
Yeah.
shit. You know, you just don't. It's cheap quality. Um,
Yeah, the shit you got when you're 5, you wore when you're 5,
right,
and then you liked
and
it.
you know, to be honest with you, bro, it's kind of like it resembles a little bit of it's either like the American flag in black and white or like the Punisher a little bit. You know what I'm talking about? Like the Punisher logo a little bit. Like it kind of has that detail to it. And if it's the American flag, then I'm sorry, might be it's a little too political for me. I'm out. I'm out. You know where I was going with it. I'm out.
You know I'm laughing, bro. Fuck out. You know, but you said the Punisher flag. I thought of the guy in the Facebook profile pic with the sunglasses on. So that's his kind of shirt.
Right.
All right,
Right.
I'm here,
So
baby.
you
I'm over
know,
here wearing Tommy Hilfiger right now, yo. So
yeah.
what are you gonna do? You know. I mean,
Listen, it's a good shirt. You know, at home, whatever, around the
whatever,
garden.
right?
You know what I'm saying? It's good for that. And
Wear that shit at home. Yeah,
yeah,
I will wear it to run and it'll tear your nipples up.
yeah,
That cloth. What?
and
Should
yeah.
be hanging. It's gonna
Oh
be done, bro.
Jesus.
We can't. I don't care for that kind of shit anymore. I get stuff with that material from the Magic. Next thing
Right.
you know, I'm cleaning the floor with it 2 years later. I
Exactly.
don't care
Exactly.
about them shits,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah. And that's what it
It's the
is. You know,
material, it's
I'll
everything. But yeah,
paint
the
in that.
Punisher
I'll
logo
paint
don't
in
have it
that shirt.
either.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And wash it.
Yeah.
Every time you see it, you wash it. It's dirty. Wash it again. Don't give a shit about. Yeah.
That's a
Mental
fact.
Monday, baby.
I
Yeah.
feel that one actually, bro. I've
Fuck, I don't
totally
care.
washed a shirt
You know,
like
there's
two,
other
three
shit
times in a
you
row.
care about. I don't think, if you keep washing it, it's gonna be fucked up. So you be like, I don't know, is this dirty? Can I wash this? You start questioning because you really care.
Right,
But
because
that
you
one,
don't even
you
use
don't
it.
give it.
You
No,
don't
but the
even use
one
it.
that
You
you
don't even
really,
know if it's dirty or not.
there's shit you buy. I can't be washing this. When you buy it, you cherish that shit you buy it. You know what I mean? Then there's that shit. If you give me a shirt and it's dry fit, that shirt's already good to go. Oh man, thanks.
Right, yeah, that's a
If
different
it's
story. Yeah,
you got me.
right.
But yeah, the cotton shit that we used to be regular,
Now, don't get me wrong. There's like some good quality cotton, I feel like, and then like some shitty quality. But man, there's some shitty quality out there, and you know what it is. You know, like you could
how
tell.
many
You know,
t-shirts can we own though, bro? And t-shirts are so casual. There's stuff we need for other occasions. You know what I
right.
mean? And so if I'm gonna get how many t-shirts you got that you like? You got like 20 shirts you already love. I like this one. I can wear this. Yeah. Right? And I know they wear out and get new ones and shit, but
Jeez.
shirts for So yeah, man.
All right.
Uh,
Well, let's we spent 20 minutes here talking about my testicles and or just my coworker.
I like the testicles
And
that long.
I know it wasn't
It
that long.
was,
You're right actually. We did talk a little
it
bit
was
about
more
testicles.
shirts.
More
Yeah, a
about the
little.
shirt and the gifts
Yeah,
from my coworker.
Dorothy
Um
not feeling you. Shit
yeah,
like that.
no doubt, no doubt. And I appreciate that,
Right?
by the way. I do like the idea of the Secret Santa. Here's one more for you before we check out the weekly mental health video of the week. The minimum for the Secret Santa in terms of spending. How much for a coworker for working environment? What do you think a good minimum is? Dollar amount to
Uh,
spend.
$25.
Thank you. See,
20,
thank you.
20,
See, I
25,
thank
20 to
you.
25.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Telling me how this shit was $50, and I'm like, that's too much. I feel like.
Yeah. No, 25, 20 to 50.
No,
50,
all right.
50
I
is
guess so,
serious.
but
But you said she's
50's a
new.
bit
She's
much
doing.
with
She
minimum.
just got to the job, bro. She's playing ball at the job, bro. She's doing what she's supposed to be doing. You know, corporate America, baby. She's doing her shit. Oh, she did a as a employee. She did. You know, if I was a manager watching her and I knew that, I'm like, all right, because that's what I think. Yo, maybe she doesn't give a shit about you. She's doing her due diligence as an employee at
Oh,
the
my
hospital.
coworker
Yeah.
buying me stuff. Well, yeah, she's a part. Not everybody participated. All right, let me be clear.
Yeah,
This was
she got some
optional.
shit too, right? And if you participated, you got something back.
Yeah, for sure. You know.
I would definitely participate if I was there. If I was getting something back, I would like to. I play ball,
Yeah, I
so
know.
I
I
think I would have
liked
got
it.
something anywhere from $25
Yeah.
to $40.
I
I don't
thought.
think
I
I would
just
spend
thought
more than
that
40
50
though.
was like to beat
Yeah,
a
I want to
minimum. I
spend
thought
more
it
than
was too
40.
much.
I want to spend more than $40.
All
40
right.
is the number.
So I ended up spending like 55, and I liked
See,
it.
you did too.
I liked it. Well, the minimum was 50, so I wanted to stay true to the game. You
Oh,
know,
okay.
I'm not gonna like cheap anybody out. But the one that I had, I liked her, and the first thing that she put on the list, that's what I forgot to mention before, was a fishing pole. So I'm like, all right, I'm in. I'm all about the outdoors, getting outside, doing all that recreational shit. You like fishing, like all the stuff on her list were related to fishing. So I was like, all right, she clearly fishes. Like, this is what she does. I didn't even know that about her. So I was like, that's cool. So I bought it. You know what I'm saying? It's funny. Like, maybe she already has her own shit. She probably does have her own shit. Maybe she's getting that for somebody else. She's going to re-gift it or some shit. I don't know. But whatever it is, as long as she's out there at some point, getting out there and doing that, like, I was cool with that. Like, I'm all right. I could get on board with that. Some people
Uh-huh.
like stupid were just like, oh, like gift card. No, you take all the fun
Yeah,
out of it. Like you take all the fun out of it if you're just gonna like
but
opt for
you
the
can't
gift.
go wrong with that.
You can't go wrong with that.
And receiving it, you can't go wrong either, especially if it's to a decent place. They ain't
I
send you to
guess, but it's
Camping World
just
or nothing.
what if somebody gets you like a gift card from a place you don't like? Then that sucks even more. You know.
Food or clothes or depart or like Walmart or whatever shit like that, you can't go wrong.
I know, yeah, I know, but again,
I know
I think
it's
it kind of
blase.
takes the meaning out of it.
So well, and when it comes to this certain particular secret shop that y'all doing, this you get to put a category of what you would like. So that's important. So that definitely
Ah,
makes it like I'm athletics or for running, like for you put that stuff, you're good to go. Someone can't go wrong. But not all of them are like that.
well, I guess you could go wrong. You could buy the shitty, poor quality Mets shirt, but last year was a hit. The one that got me last year, I still wear that stuff. She bought me a beautiful Mets hat. Love it. Nice beige color. I still wear that shit. And then
I hope this
a
girl sees
hoodie.
this, man. Let me
A
make our
hoodie.
numbers go up, son.
What
She
happened?
runs into this. I hope the
No,
girl
that
runs
this
into
is
the street.
last year was a different girl. No, they're not. I don't think they be watching like that anymore. I
You
think
never know,
I
though.
think some
Hopefully,
people be tuning in the
one day,
beginning.
everything you say will be critiqued and torn to shreds, and everyone sees it and they heard you heard what Maddie said last night about you. That'd be awesome.
That would
But
be
anyway, continue.
hilarious if that was going
Yeah,
on.
when it gets there, that's what hopefully one day we'll be there. And when you open your big mouth, you're going to be paying the price with it. You're really shitting on that girl.
No, I'm not shitting on
You-
what he's talking.
Bro, you blasted the girl's shirt 3 times. I was gonna say 4, that'd be a lot, but it was 3 times. You called it the shitty Mets shirt just now. After we already passed it and you said the things you said. I'm being real, bro. You blasted it. It's like, damn, bro,
It
First,
keeps on
at the
getting
beginning,
it keeps on getting worse each time too. Like
yeah, you, you because the first time, man, this girl, she gave her props.
yeah,
She let me know.
It keeps on getting worse. Yeah.
And then after that, you go backwards, They don't like the shirt and shit. What's wrong with it? Got the skull logo, the Punisher, the 4 teeth on the skull. It's got this and that. I forgot the other thing you said. The cloth, the cotton, and then the American flag shit. I don't like black and white. I'm not political or no All right, cool. Then the last
Again,
one just
I'm
now.
speculating on if whether or not that is the case with this shirt. It's kind of hard to tell. Now I want to show you it because I gotta
You have
find
to.
this. You want to take
Uh,
over? I'm gonna try to go find this shirt real quick.
yeah, 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 go ahead, go ahead. Let's go.
I'll
Go ahead,
put
go
you.
look
I'll
for it.
put you solo for a second. Let me
Yeah,
try
go
to
ahead.
find it.
It's not gonna take long. You just got it, unless you buried it that
Yeah,
fast.
yeah, it's somewhere hiding. I don't
It's on
know.
the top of some file. It's on the top of somewhere. You just got it, right?
Maybe. Yeah, I just
Today.
got it.
Today. You really tossed it when you came home,
You
didn't you?
got it. You got it. You got it.
Fuck out of Maddie B, man. Maddie's gonna go look for that shirt, guys. He's gotta go get that. So yeah, so like he was saying earlier, we're gonna do one more mental health Monday in the year 2025. And definitely a show before Christmas, a Christmas show. That's what I would like. We're gonna make it happen. I'm pretty sure about that. We're talking about that, especially we didn't go on this weekend with any sports show. So we're gonna be doing um what is that gonna be? 52, 51. We one of them, but who knows? But close the year out. We've been on what now, guys? Almost a year. I think we're gonna be a year anniversary in January. So it's pretty fitting. 50 sports episodes. That's about one a week for the year, right? 52 weeks. We're up to episode 51 going into the new year. So yeah, we averaged about a year, a show a week this year. So Epis Radio, man, good to be here on a Mental Monday. Man, so what we're here watching Philip Rivers, the old man, make it happen. Even though they're losing, he's over here doing his thing with a couple touchdown passes tonight. He's 45 years old. Wow. It's just amazing watching him, quarterback the Colts right now. But back to the mental stuff. So yeah, man, this time of the year, for me personally, and I was talking about it earlier with Maddie, talking about a little trepidation, a little anxiety, and you can ask me about what I couldn't tell you why exactly, because everything's fine. Work is fine. The family is fine. Um, Everything I give a shit about pretty much is solid as heck and stable, I should say. Um, but yet that trepidation is still there for me right now. That anxiety is still there for me because I don't know. But it's always been like this for me. So Maddie's like, "Yo, how do you feel? What's going on?" I was like, "Yo, listen, I'm traveling in the morning. I have to be on the bus to Port St. Lucie at 7 a.m., right? So that means I'm going to drive to the bus stop, which is about 25 minutes from here. So that means I'm going to leave here about 5:30, 6 o'clock, before 6, right? Right there, just worrying about missing the bus makes me nervous. And why would I miss the bus? There's no reason to feel like that, but I'm scared to. So that's a lot of honesty shit. Load of mental Monday honesty for you. So that kind of thing's got me a lot of anxiety. That's why a lot of times I'd be like, yo, I always tell people this, everything is fine. Everything's gonna be all right because it is. And I know I'm gonna do all this stuff tomorrow and make the bus tomorrow and be my folks and everything's gonna be jolly and we're gonna all hold hands and dance in a circle. You know? Well, not
All right, I'm
literally, but
back. Um,
um,
I
yeah,
can't
man.
find it, bro.
Don't worry about it. But I
I
was
can't
telling the
find it.
people about my anxiety. I was explaining why. And I didn't know how to explain it to you, so I just started doing that. But I was just that uncertainty, Matt, about not knowing, like tomorrow I'm taking the bus in the morning. I'm scared to miss the bus in the morning. I'm not gonna miss the
Mm,
bus in the morning, but I'm worried about it, bro. Why? I haven't missed the bus since I was, or a train or a plane since I was 25
especially
for
like
20
right
years.
now, like there's no
Why am
reason
I
to
not
even
gonna
think
miss the
about that.
bus? But I'm worried about it. If I miss the bus, then I might catch the bus the next day, 12 hours later. I'm gonna miss a whole day. I told mom she's gonna cook. But here I am.
Yeah.
And
Well,
that's
it's
me though.
those stories in your head, man. Just going back and forth. It's
Yeah,
simple, right? It's simple little things, but that in
it's
itself,
driving me
man,
nuts.
that it can drive
I
you
don't know if
nuts.
anyone can relate to that stuff, man, but that is
Of
one of my
course.
that shit. That shit drive me nuts, bro. So when you hit me, you're like, yo, you gonna do a show? I'm packing. I don't know. I'm just packing. So that's how I'm coming at you. And you're like, oh, this guy's
Mm.
packing. What's he crying about? He can do show. And but in my head, So I sit there for an hour. I'm gonna try. I want to do the show with Maddie. I want to give myself to the show tonight. But so I'm over here fighting on myself on the couch, bro.
Mm.
And it sounds simple, so it feels good to explain that to you right now. I'm like, he probably thinks I don't give a fuck. Now I'm worried about this. So I'm worried about that. Like, I'm gonna miss the bus. I'm fucking nuts, bro. You feel me?
Yeah. Well, again,
You
it's
feel
those
me,
stories.
bro?
It's those stories in your head. That just
So,
you gotta
and
find
me
a way to
even
break the
explaining
cycle.
that to you
Yeah.
guys right now is a relief, bro.
Mm.
And that's it. It's really right now. Just saying that to you because I was on the couch and you said you would. First of all, when you hit me at 5:30, I'm taking a nap
Yeah,
because
I
I'm
wasn't
worried
sure.
I'm
I
not going to
figured,
have enough
you
rest.
might be. Yeah.
I'm worried I'm not going to have enough rest, or I'm going to sleep in and miss the wake up call. So I'm already scared all day about traveling tomorrow morning.
Mm.
As soon as I woke up, I was scared, nervous,
Yeah.
a lot of trepidation, and I'm like, yo, what the hell? And half of the times I don't even talk about this with people. Never,
Mm.
never, never. So doing stuff that's not normal, like not normal, but not in a regular routine, because I don't go to Port St. Lucie normally.
Yeah.
But going to work, it, it brings a lot of anxiety to me.
Yeah.
Not traveling, not going to work. I can drive if I do something every day, like traveling the same road, whatever. I could drive 2 hours the same road every day. Things I'm very familiar with. I'm surgical, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody's better. I'm like Bret the Hitman Hart with that shit. I'm fucking surgical. But like, if you tell me right now, we're gonna go drive here, and it's a road I don't know, you're gonna drive. I have to get myself mentally prepared to
Yeah.
go take this
Me
road
too. Me too.
that I don't know. Like, and I can drive myself crazy doing it.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, so when I'm in my normal state, my confidence is through the roof, bro. Just normally gliding through the day, no one can fuck with me. But when it's something I don't know, I'm not familiar with, there's this anxiety. I hate new things. I'm not scared of, but there's this nervousness before taking part in it. But once I complete it, I don't know. But that's just how I'm wired, Matty B. But it feels good to explain that a little bit up here.
Bro, it's very human, and I think a lot of people you would find are going through that. I mean, I go through it. Especially big city area like this. I hate going into Manhattan. It's why I don't go to Manhattan most of the time. I hate going out,
Oh
man.
my God.
I hate going out. I went to the bar the other night. That was the first time I've done that in a good while.
It was a shock almost. Oh,
Yeah, it definitely, because
oh
I'm just
shit.
not used
And you've
to
been
being
there,
in those
bro?
environments.
10 years,
Yeah.
10 years ago, you were in them bitches.
Hey, right,
12 years
exactly.
ago.
Yeah, 10 to 15 even, at
You
times,
were in them
like, yeah,
shit.
um, I was in that type of environment, no doubt. But I'm not really used to it anymore. I don't like it for the
Yeah,
most part.
man.
It was nice that I was with a group of people that I enjoyed, so I was
Yeah,
having fun.
so
I was in,
you don't have to worry about that part of it.
that
You were with the
helps.
people.
And they were familiar with the surroundings, so like now I'm just kind of like following along, which in itself is anxiety
That's
inducing.
another thing because you didn't
You
know
know,
what the hell is going, and then now you
right?
got to follow along. And usually you're in charge of your own life.
Yeah,
Not,
yeah, yeah.
I don't know this place. Like, I'm with these people. I trust them. We just follow along, so and so.
Right,
Because
right.
but you're not really usually in that role. But you're gonna play ball
Yeah.
for the sake of the having a good time with your folks. But
Mm.
it should be hard, man. Some things be more complex than people would think when it comes to me, at least. And then, Maddie B, with me and you, I communicate with you more than, you're the top three people I communicate with in my life right now.
Mm.
Real shit. Top three, definitely. Yeah. So sometimes it's a lot of texting going on. I'm like, damn, man, I'm not really good with like sentiment when I'm texting and like expressing
Mm.
myself. So it looks like I don't give a shit half of the time when I talk. Then I read, I'm like, damn, he probably think I don't give a fuck. Let me, so I'm like, okay, I'm not good at this shit. I'm like, damn, I told you that before.
Yeah.
But like, I read like just now. That's why I said be explaining this shit. Because I'm, yeah, what time are you going on? All right, I'll see. It makes it sound like I don't give a shit, but I'm really having a journey with myself.
Mm.
As I'm telling you this shit, I'm like, yeah, man, people, so here I am, though, but yeah.
It's not
But
that
when
complex, bro.
I understand that.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about. It shouldn't be, but you tell that to my brain.
Yeah.
I know that. But you know, we all say that we got to get out of our own heads, and we all get part in it. So, like Alice in Wonderland.
For sure,
But
for sure. All right, we're halfway through tonight's show. All right, I did plan on. I was thinking about we do a little sports. I got to talk about this Jeff McNeil stuff, and I'd like to talk a couple other subjects as well. If you're up for it, I was thinking of going an hour here with the Mental Mondays, and then a little sports after. We'll cut to break, and we'll intro all that. If you're down, but I was thinking about going an hour here, so we're a little way
yeah,
through the halfway mark here. We didn't do a Mental Mondays last week. Skipped a week on the actual weekly episode. So we're back this week. It's the first one in 2 weeks. So I didn't get to showcase my previous mental health video of the week that I released last week. So I'll show you two. I'll show you that one and this week's as well. I hope you guys like it. These are pretty cool backdrops. Iconic backdrops taking place in Manhattan, and I'm sure the second you guys see it, you'll recognize it. So here it is. My father passed. Christmas time really wasn't my favorite holiday. As a matter of fact, the whole holiday season in general I kind of despised. As I've gotten older and have my own kids, they've reminded me to find that inner child, and they've reminded me to find that inner joy during the holiday season. It's a constant reminder to keep on showing up, not only for them, but for me as well. Find your inner child this holiday season and keep showing up. After my father passed, Christmas time really wasn't my favorite holiday. Matter of fact, the whole holiday season in general I kind of despised. As I've gotten older and have my own kids, they've reminded me to find that inner child, and they've reminded me to find that inner joy during the holiday season. It's a constant reminder to keep on showing up, not only for them, but for me as well. Find your inner child this holiday season and keep showing up. Alrighty, there you go. I'll even keep that up a little bit for a second just so you can take a good look at it. That's the beautiful tree. Or, it's a different tree every year. But beautiful tree over there in Rockefeller Center. Love that backdrop idea. It was something that I really, wanted to hit. I was talk about being nervous and being in your head, man, because,
really? See?
Oh, for sure. I knew I wanted to do one here. I was like, the day before I started to think about, I was like, where am I going to do this? Where am I going to do this? I'm like,
I'm going to be in the city.
I'm like, fuck it. I'm like, let me get that tree in the background, So I brought my stuff. I knew I wanted to do it, but man, just as we were walking uptown, because we actually parked downtown a little bit, and I believe, I think it was like 34th Street, 35th Street on the east side a little. So Dylan wanted to head to Times Square, check out Times Square. We went to Macy's. Macy's on 34th Street, right? We went to Macy's over there. I hear a little reverb there.
Sorry, man, my bad. I got you.
You're good. So we went to Macy's first, take pictures with Santa, the whole nine, with the kids. I had all the kids. It was great. Really enjoyed that. It was nice to, have that experience, especially with Big Dill there,
Yes.
And, then he wanted to see Times Square. So we walked uptown, Times Square. Then we went to go see the tree. You'll see that. That's the next video coming up. Shot another quick little thing in Times Square. I ended up not using the audio. We'll get into that after I show you that episode. But then, we quickly headed over to Rockefeller Center, check out the tree. And it ended up being nicely. But, man, definitely nervous about this. I mean,
Tell us more about it.
I mean, just, hundreds, if not thousands of people around, right? And, this was where it was most crowded. The Times Square shot, actually, I found, this section where there just wasn't a lot of foot traffic at the moment. There was a lot of traffic around me, but, not just, I had a good little circular radius to myself. This crowd of people actually almost walked right in the frame when I was on my second take, and they quickly realized and then apologized, but I was like, no, don't worry, it's all good, but man, and talk about anxiety inducing, because obviously you stand in position, then Dorothy, starts the camera or whatever, and you're holding up a mic, people are gonna look at you. And it was just like I could feel, bro, like thousands of eyeballs looking at
But
me
you're a
all at once.
pro though.
Yeah, I don't know about a pro.
At talking and
you know,
saying what you got to say and putting the words together
mm,
and saying and making it
I
and
wouldn't
saying
say
it
I'm a pro.
well.
I appreciate that. I'm
You can
getting
speak,
better,
bro.
but
No, but maybe
you
the
know,
pro part about it is the crowd and
yeah.
that you're not a pro at that. Okay, but you get on that mic with the mic, you're a pro, bro. So if you could just forget about all that, just look at the and get on the mic, nobody's fucking with you.
Well,
But you're worried about all everything else.
this is probably my worst fear in real time being exercised. Like I'm exercising those demons right then and there because again, like I always growing up was always I navigated through life based on what others thought about me. I always wanted to make a
Right,
good.
that's the thing,
It wasn't
Me too.
necessarily not being about me being myself,
Me too. And
but
this is, bro.
it was just the fear of what people may think. And then here I am
And
in
this
an
this was in my whole background. You're
right.
giving a fuck about what people think. Our whole family structure. This person for criticism. This person thinks this. This is what they say about them. And it just we were in that universe. And
Yeah.
as the people and it wasn't who we were because we don't give a shit. We're very free souls who mind our business.
Mhm.
Maybe it's because of our upbringing or because of that, but I totally get you, bro. Sorry
Right.
about that. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good. I mean, that's a great point. And and again, this for me it was something as if like I had to do it because it's
Yeah.
like, you got to get past the anxiety of it, And this was tough. This was even though I struggled with the Times Square one, I was able to get what I wanted to say in this. It took a couple of takes, not gonna lie, but I had to like, for one, it's also freezing cold out. Free. I mean, it was cold. It must have been low 30s, but felt like low 20s. That's how bad it was that day.
The longer
Um,
you stand out there in one place, hell yeah.
and I took my jacket off for the shot. I liked the sweater that I was wearing, so I took the jacket off. I'm used to the cold, so it's whatever. I could deal with that. But it's just everything. And then again, all the eyeballs. I mean, you have, especially in that area, people definitely gave me my space, and this is like across the street from the tree, so it wasn't like it was super crowded, but it definitely a lot of foot traffic everywhere. And because we were taking pictures and people were like
And
constantly walking around me.
look at you, but nobody really gives a shit,
But
bro.
no, right, you're right. And that's the thing. That's what you need to
Looking at you.
realize.
Hey, look at you.
Yeah.
Oh, some guy before. No, there he is. Look at this guy. Okay.
Right.
Give a shit what
Exactly.
another
That's
YouTuber.
exactly what goes through people's head
Here we
most
are.
of the time. Yeah.
Everyone's looking at me, man. But it's
Yeah.
not that serious, Maddie.
It's not.
Ernell,
It's not.
Dubby, it's not that serious. We tell her, I know it, bro.
Yeah.
That's why even talking about it now is a safe space because we don't want to talk about it because we know how ridiculous it is.
Yeah.
To be honest. Nobody
Definitely
gives a
some
shit
people
about
are
you
like
out there,
curious.
bro.
I would say people
Yeah,
is curious to it, but like other than that, it doesn't.
Oh, he looks good out there.
Yeah.
There might be another streamer out there like, oh shit, this guy who's stealing an idea from you right now.
Right. Yeah, you're right. I bet.
But we're not looking at it. Everyone's looking at me. I look crazy. I look like a dweeb or whatever you think. It's not that.
That's certainly what's going on in my head. Like, yeah. I don't. I
Bro,
look like shit. Like, why am I doing this? Look,
I totally get you, bro. Resonating big time.
look at this influencer or whatever. I could just hear it now.
He thinks he's good at this.
Yeah,
That's why I be talking about them comments all the time, bro. And I'm like, bro, but that took me work on myself to not give a shit. The way I talk about the comments, see, fuck that.
Right.
And I sound like the super guy with it, I am. But with that, I am. But it took work on that to be like, man, don't answer these fools, Maddie. We're going to get more and they're going to be bigger fools. There's going to be guys calling me names up. There's going to be, hopefully one day I'll be getting guys calling me racial slurs in the comment. That'll be really big by then.
Yeah, that's
So
when you know you made it, huh?
You know we made it. Yeah, they calling me all kinds. Tell me go get some bananas or something. I'm like, oh, word. I know I'm big. So now I'm like, Maddie, bro, but I know, you know what this comes from? You give a shit, bro. Your whole life you've given a shit. That's why people like you and I, who give a damn, it's this world will fucking take you for a spin, bro.
Unfortunately.
Because there's since you were a young boy, people knew that you gave a shit. So I can get, when we don't have control over our lives. Like I said, the culture I grew up in,
Yeah.
just us knowing that disappointing the higher ups, and so to speak, for our parents or our grandparents, whoever, the teacher, that mattered to me, since I was a kid, for whatever reason, it was instilled in me to doing the right thing. And it kind of instilled me a little fucked up where I'm so scared to let shit that doesn't matter,
Right.
matter.
Right.
So I make it matter. So you know what I mean? Where I'm coming from, because we suffer from the same affliction. But it's probably why we're so close, we're so cool and close now. But I definitely get you, brother. And anyone else who sees this, I feel you.
Yeah, I mean, listen, and I think this was a very big step in the right direction for me in terms of just a personal growth, because to be able to go up there and actually do that and say, you know what, all right, screw it, just block all that noise out. And it's funny, like I really met that crossroads at the Times Square one. I think having that experience at the Times Square one, which is what I'm about to show you now, really set me up for that. And it was all just happening right there in real time. I'm battling those freaking lifelong demons like you just talked about in real time. I really exercised that, and I'm proud of myself. Like, and for some, they may be hearing this. Oh, what do you mean you're proud of? See, you stood and talked in public like that. Like,
No, they
yeah,
shouldn't
like
be. We just explain this shit. We just
it's a tough. For me, it's a tough fear. It's really it's there. For some other people, it may just be an easy thing. Like you simply these thoughts don't invade your mind.
Yeah, you don't even know what they were talking about.
Right. I guess you can't relate. You can't relate.
And good for
I guess
you.
kudos to you, right? Like that you're able to do that.
Yeah, that's
I'm
awesome.
a bit envious of that, because again,
to be around people like that and like, they just did that shit. What the fuck? I'm gonna do it too. So I love you guys even more.
Yeah.
And we're all a work in progress though. So
let me
just,
let me show this one. All right. Let me show this one. So this is this week's mental health video of the week. All right. And little premise to this. Okay, if you guys haven't already seen it, go check it out. Please like, comment, share the whole nine. Please like, comment. The one thing about this video is that I did a voiceover over it because again, I could have kept what I said in it and like did it the normal way I normally do, but I just wasn't a fan of what I said, and it was kind of like incoherent at times. I did multiple takes and still just didn't like it. The reason being too is again, it's none of my stuff is scripted, so a lot of it, and I say that, and a lot of it is premeditated, but it's never scripted. So a lot of what I say is it's right off the cuff. I'm just speaking, from my experience, who I am, and what I'm thinking in that moment. So have a listen. Hope you enjoy. Happy Mental Monday, everybody. Today's video is going to be a little bit differently than one in the past. At the time of recording this video, I was such a nervous Nelly. I couldn't think about anything I wanted to say. I was just so preoccupied with what was going on around me. And again, for all my videos, I don't script it. Sometimes it's premeditated. I have an idea of what I want to talk about going in, but certainly never scripted. And this was a prime example of just getting in my head. And really what I just want to say to you is do the hard thing. Whatever it is you got to do the hard thing. Do what makes you feel uncomfortable, because it will only lead to greater accomplishments in your life. Keep showing up, and have a very Merry Christmas. Happy Mental Monday,
one more time.
Today's video is going to be a little bit differently than one in the past. At the time of recording this video, I was such a nervous Nelly. I couldn't think about anything I wanted to say. I was just so preoccupied with what was going on around me. And again, for all my videos, I don't script it. Sometimes it's premeditated. I have an idea of what I want to talk about going in, but certainly never scripted. And this was a prime example of just getting in my head. And really what I just want to say to you is do the hard thing. Whatever it is you got to do the hard thing. Do what makes you feel uncomfortable, because it will only lead to greater accomplishments in your life. Keep showing up, and have a very Merry Christmas. Alrighty. Dub, just for reference, I don't think we'll have to worry about. Well, again, if we do the sports, maybe we will. But you don't have to monitor the audio. I can share it to you in Discord, and you'll be able to hear it in real time with us, and just watch it on the Discord. You know,
Okay.
I just been
Okay.
last couple of times I've been forgetting to do that for you. So
Yeah.
you know, that's my mistake on that. But yeah,
And then I become scared that it'll go wrong, so I start preparing in case he's probably that's why. Like
yeah,
I'm like fix this because I'm scared. Because last time, see, that's even in the back of my head. So I appreciate
yeah.
you saying that.
Yeah, no worries about that. I mean, it's worked
The,
out
the
because
goal, the
the
goal,
sec
Rivers is still in the game, fourth quarter, real quick. Late in the game,
is
they
he
got
really?
27 points. Yeah, look, he can't
Uh,
move like that. He's in the
are they
box.
winning?
They're down 7, bro. 11 minutes left.
Crazy,
12, under 12 to go.
wild.
There's Sauce Gardner with a hoodie on and his fronts and his nice fronts in his mouth. God bless Sauce. Very rich young man. Go ahead, Maddie.
So again, you see that this video here, and yeah, it's also something I kind of want to been doing on some of these videos as well. It's the first time I've ever did a voiceover on a video. So actually, I think I did one once. I forget what it was, but it was like very short. Um, but this I did it for the whole video, and I like this concept where you're kind of seeing my bloopers in real time. You know, I showed you both takes of the Times Square and Rockefeller blooper, and you're just seeing that as you're listening to my voice speak about my anxiety and the battles that are going on in my head, and much of what we've been talking about on tonight's show. You know, and just
Yes.
me being in my head and thinking about it, and just going over that. And again, it just it continues to show that you need to fail sometimes in order to succeed. You need to fail in order to learn, and just putting yourself in that uncomfortable situation will inherently help you grow, and not only in just one aspect, but in a lot of aspects in your life. And I truly believe that. And for me, this was a big stepping stone in my content creation, because I'm really going beyond the parameters of which I set for myself before
Right.
I started all of this. And I'm really trying to explore more and trying to just get out there more. And this is a part of that. This is a part of that. Like when I think about it, I've been thinking about it a lot recently. I'm like, when I go down to Port St. Lucie again
Yeah.
this March, go see my man over here, Dub. I'm really consider like interviewing people. Like I
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
see if
yeah.
I could get some
And
interview players or just fans,
guess what? Guess what?
like, things like
If
that.
you
Yeah.
if we have the cojones and the courage to put the work, they're gonna talk to us.
Right. Well, yeah, you
So
stick a
we
mic in front of somebody's in someone's
and we
front of
do it
somebody's face.
well.
Of course they're going to talk.
Yeah, and we do it well, and we do it the way we
Yeah.
know we can do it to do
Right.
it well. But so there shouldn't be a problem. But there's a hump we're gonna have to
No,
get
you know what the
over.
problem is the
Yeah,
mental freaking prison that
that's the
I've
only
created for
problem.
myself.
Motherfucker, I'm gonna be there with you. You think I'm gonna be up there? Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm gonna do. I have to get through that day. I gotta go talk to people. I gotta go up there. Talk. I'm like that. I'm not different from that. So different.
Yeah.
Different from you. So I definitely, so there's something. See, you're even thinking about that already. I
Yeah.
didn't even think about that.
Isn't
Oh
that
my
crazy?
god.
Yeah, I have. I got a lot of plans down the road, man. I'm
No,
on
no
it. Yeah.
question, no. And I'm
Yeah.
always thinking about that. Like, why haven't? And that's gone in my head. The fact that my parents lived down there in the last 2-3 years. It's
Mm.
like, yo, we talked about it last year.
Right. Right.
So
Yeah, it was cool to do that. But yeah, this year I really would like to, especially for the show, And we
yeah,
kind of started breaking that barrier last year, right? We did a couple of promos in
yeah,
there and
in
all
front of
that.
people, in front
You
of
know,
the crowd, and shit,
yeah.
right there, and that was a big deal for
You know
us.
what? You know what would be like really cool, and I thought about like actually like interviewing workers there, like concession stand workers. You know, like we met some people and they were pretty cool. You know, a lot of them transplants from New York and shit like
Yeah,
that.
we better go spend some money to
You know,
buy some stuff. Let's put some in that tip jar, then start that
yeah,
$5 in that tip jar, then start asking people if you could talk to them,
sure,
get a good interview. Yeah, we
sure.
could do that, man. We do two
You,
games. There. It could be back to back. As long as we get a back to back, I don't give a shit when it
right.
is. I'll do as long as we prepared. You give me the time. I'll take a couple of days off. We'll go out there. And we could do any days back to back out there. Boom,
Yeah.
boom. Do two games because they play there every day. They'll have homestands there. They'll have 4 or 5 day homestands
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you the dates that we're looking at, so I'll let you know.
Yeah,
But
let me know, man.
so I mean, this video it was fun to do it again. I could have kept it. Maybe one day I'll play it for you guys the original. I don't have it queued up now, but you know, again, like I could have probably cut it up, edited it up nicely, and did a little something with this. Yeah, I don't think what I was saying was completely incoherent, but it just to me it was like I was almost trying too hard because I wasn't even focused on what it is I was really saying. I was more worried about the eyes and everything about my surroundings. I mean, I'm in the middle of Times Square. That's literally right where the ball drops. You
Right.
know, in a week and a half. That's the backdrop of where the ball drops right there. Those digital screens directly in the center, or off center to the left there. That's where the ball drops. You know, so you know it's just you're right there. You're in, and this is prime time on a Sunday. You know, like it's just it was madness. It was madness. I couldn't stand being in Manhattan. Are you kidding me? Shoulder to shoulder with people who barely could walk with all the kids and all. It was just absurd. But you know, that's part of getting out of the comfort zone, and hey, I was able to shoot some content like that, and that's pretty cool. And you know, it seems like you guys really like you know, the Rockefeller one, the one at the Christmas tree. I thought that would do well, and you know, going back to what that was about, you know, in terms of what I talked about on the Rockefeller one from last week. You know, I mentioned right off the top about how I used to dread Christmas. I used to, you know, really dread the holidays altogether, but Christmas more special, especially after my dad died. And, you know, this time of year is always fuzzy for me a little bit, you know, and I thought, you know, it's such a great way to relate, you know, with all of you. I know there's plenty of people out there that have lost some loved ones, especially a father or mother. And you know, me having lost my dad at the age of 13, it was life changing to say the least. Yeah, I spoke about this before on the show, but in the spirit of Christmas being a couple of days away now, as we're recording here on the 22nd on Monday, 10:57 p.m. Eastern. Um, you know, I miss my dad every damn day, man, and you know the
Right.
holidays are just a reminder of what is gone, you know. And as much as my kids and my wife have brought the joy back into the holiday for me, um there was a period of time in my life where it was very depressing. You know, I did
Mm.
not look forward to these days. You know, I'll give credit to my mom. She did her best, and you know, and she tried to make it enjoyable, but
Yes.
you know, there was always something
Something.
missing after he passed, you know. And it didn't help that like it was not only ever just him, you know, like his my godfather had died years later. My uncle prior to him killed himself. You know, so we
Mm.
lost both my uncle and dad in a matter of a couple of years, you know,
Yeah.
and it was just it was yeah, it was just pure hell, man. Like it was just like, you know, what the hell, like where did the holiday go? You know, like cuz that's all I ever had memory of was just, you know, my father Christmas Day in his robe and you know and all that, smoking his
Oh, man.
cigarettes and all that, you know, got the coffee in hand and you know just, you know, opening up gifts. I'm getting teary eyed just thinking about it, and you know all of a sudden poof, just like that, that shit was gone
It's
one day,
gone.
you know. um and it
That's why I be
sucked, you
telling
know.
my people, I be like, yo, man, you know, nothing lasts. I was telling my sister, I was like, yo, we're still rich. And she's like, yo, we're not rich. I was like, yeah, we are.
Ah,
And
yeah,
she was like,
man.
you know what I'm saying? She
Yeah,
knew what I was, I'd have to say anything else again. She's like, all right. She knows her brother's positive. So, you
yeah,
know, the things we have, nothing's gonna last, and all the parties end. And we have to appreciate while we're having that party and dancing. It's gonna, you know, nothing's gonna be here, and what we have when we have it.
Yeah.
And people like you and your stories, your dad, I still got my old man. I'm fucking 15 years, 10 years, 12 years older than you. So I'm very appreciative, man. You know what I'm saying? Put
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
damn texting is going off. There we go. Yeah, man. Shit. Because when it's gone, it's gone. We're only a moment in time, all of us.
No doubt
So
about it. You know,
yeah,
I try and I try to like sustain that now. I really try to live true by that, you know, because I don't really get to see a lot of my family nowadays. You know, my brother just moved further away. He's in like South
right.
Jersey now. He's like 20 minutes from Philly now. So he's deep. You know, my aunt is living with him out there. You know, my mom, she 5 minutes away, but you know, we just don't see each other as much, to be honest with you. And I tell her all the time. I'm like, man, you know, especially for you, like, you know, perspective is key, man. I've literally told my mom, I'm like, wait, ma, you got like what? I don't know, 20
Mm,
years left if you're lucky. You know, 15 and 20 years, maybe 15 and 25 if she lives real old. I'm like, that's, you know, in retrospect, it's really not a lot of time. You know, she only sees her, you know, sister, you know, who lives in Pennsylvania, like, you know, once or twice a year. Do the math on that. That means you're going to see them like 30 more times. Is that really a lot of times? You know,
no,
that's not, you know, you're just, you know, you, as opposed to, well, you could change that number and double that, quadruple it. You may see them 4 times a year. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Do some more things, you know, have some more experiences with me and her. You know, it's like,
yeah.
how many more Christmases do we have
You
together?
don't
You
know
know?
when the last
Yeah.
time you're gonna see somebody,
Right.
bro. Real
Right.
shit. Even people, we're not. I'm not a mummy. I'm gonna be around. I got plans to be around for a couple of
I mean,
years more
sure,
now.
you hope
But
so.
I
You
mean,
know?
still, there's people. You don't know. I say that to myself. I might not see this person again. I got plans to see a couple. But next time I got to go corporate, I see up there. I might see them again. Who knows?
Dub,
And,
this could be
and
the last
then,
time you and me stream together. We have no idea
right,
about,
God,
like
God
now, I
forbid.
mean,
But
God forbid,
yes,
yeah, you know,
yes,
but you
but
know what I mean,
yes.
you know?
Yeah, man, shit.
That'd
Anything
be,
can
by the
happen.
way, if that fucking happens, something happens.
No. But yeah, but that possibility's there.
All right.
you
Knock on
know,
wood, by the
yeah, I got it right here. I want to take it.
way.
So everything, just appreciation and those the best times and when you're there and when you feel those heights, man, just appreciate them and don't forget that there'll be more.
Right.
But like you said, man, I don't know. I still have my old man, but missing your dad. But then you have a family that you said that's kind of brought that back.
Yeah.
So I know that void is not filled, but has it kind of filled the void? What is that?
I
Can you
for
talk more about
sure,
that?
absolutely. I mean, there's still a void, and I mean, I always tell people, especially with losing a loved one as close like
Right.
father, sibling,
That's
whatever.
what, yeah, something something that's unreplaceable.
I it never truly gets easier with time. It's almost gets less painful in a sense, and but the
Right.
void is still there, man. I still think about it. Like, yeah, I mean, I just talking about it, almost had me in tears, and I'm sure over
Yes.
the next couple of days, I probably will have a breakdown moment. To be honest with you, am I
That,
am I am I am I broken because of that? Am I in a do I need therapy? Do I need help? Maybe I don't know. But no, I just think it makes me human. I mean, I miss my father. You know what I'm saying? That was my guy. Like and it's not only him. I miss my godfather. Loved him to death. I miss my uncles. And fucking I don't. My uncle's been gone so long. My father's been gone so long. I barely have certain memories of them. Like things are starting to fade. It's been that long. You know what I'm saying?
why is that? Because thinking about it hurts, so you
No,
kind
it's
of
not even that. It's just like time. My memory.
mentalized it,
It's time and memory. I mean, you think my
and
dad
then no
died
one
when I
helps
was
you, and then
yeah,
there's
I
no
was
reminders
13. I
sometimes.
was 13 when dad died. So, and my
Yeah,
uncle was, I believe, 4 years prior. It was like 3 or 4 years prior. So,
damn. Oh,
I
forget
was
about it. Yeah,
9,
yeah, yeah.
10. So I'm
Oh,
30.
yeah,
I'm about to
yeah,
turn 34 in 2 weeks, bro.
yeah. Yeah.
So
I don't remember 13 at heart at all, and my dad was
right,
right there. I don't
exactly.
remember a lot of 13-year-old stories like that. Me
Right, so it's a
neither.
little fuzzy. My
Yeah,
godfather, he died when I was like I think like 17, 16, 17, maybe a little older. I might No. Joe had to be a little older. I might have been 19, 20, something like that. So I know, I really still got to, be around my godfather, and it wasn't as long. I have a lot of memories with him, and he was definitely there for me when he passed away. I was like, fuck me. It's I lost all the fucking men in my life. Like my grandpa was gone, my uncle's gone, my dad's gone, my godfather's gone.
Really?
I'm like, fuck you. Like that's not even fair. Bro, and talk about being religious. It got to a certain point with me. I was like, yeah,
Yeah,
fuck.
people
There's
die.
there's no fucking God. Like for me, I was
Yeah,
like,
people die.
like
You know,
I,
you're not the first friend of mine who said that over losses, and yeah, they talked
yeah.
about that. Like fuck
I
that or
just,
now,
like
man.
it was either like that or I'm just fucking cursed. Like I was like, really,
Right.
like I deserve this bullshit. I don't know. And hey, listen, in recent years too, it's not like I haven't experienced loss. We lost a son
Yeah,
to a stillborn. I mean that shit
yeah.
happened. What, a couple of years ago? Was it 2 years ago now? Like
Mm.
I mean, it's been a hell of a life. I'm about to turn 34 January 4th, and here we are. But again, these things are necessary to talk about, and to
Mhm.
going back to your question, man, like it. Yes, the kids have reinvigorated the holidays for me, and in a big way. This year I feel a bit run down physically and mentally, to be honest with you. Like I especially with the addition of Cooper, it's just been a lot, and then
Yeah.
obviously like this time last year we were not doing any of this, with
Nope.
the show. So
While you
yeah,
were going to get looking for the shirt, I was telling the people how we average a show a week just with Epis Sports,
right,
52 shows in a
right,
year. Because we're
yeah,
going on January anniversary. We're gonna have an
yeah.
official
Well, look at
anniversary day.
that. You're
Matt, you
right.
probably
You're right.
know.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, we average it. That's and then you 20 something mental shows, which you pretty much carried, but 20 whatever,
This is now the
25,
26th. So yeah,
26. So half
yeah.
of that, you doing a mental every Monday. We've done, average a mental every other week, and average yeah, Epis Radio,
And
sports radio every week.
on top of all the short content we put out, we to
Yeah. Then you add
in
a
addition,
newborn baby, and you throw
newborn
in cool.
baby.
It's a lot different from
I
2024.
ran 3 marathons
You
and
ran a lot
two
more.
two ultra marathons this year.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
this
you
is
you had seen you have a blueprint now. They're going into 2026
yeah,
because all of the stuff you added is stuff you want to do that you're going to keep doing.
yeah,
So you have a blueprint to follow now because we didn't
indeed.
have that before. So
You
going next
know,
year.
it was a hell of a year looking back, and we'll
Yeah.
I guess on next Mental Monday we'll probably recap some of that as well, and it'll be more the similar type discussion. Just and it's good, it's necessary, man. Because it as much as we try to live in the present or plan ahead, it's good to look back a little bit, look back at the achievements on the year, especially here at Epis Radio. And it seems like things are kind of taking off in a nice way right now too, which is nice and reassuring. And I think it just speaks in regards to our growth and what we're doing, which was a lot about what we talked about today, man. So it's a beautiful thing, man. I'm excited, and again, I mean, as much as this is a conflicting time for me emotionally, at the end of the day, I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful that I'm able to wake up and just be here and do this. As tired as I am at times, I still have the energy for it. I should have the energy. There's no excuse to not have it.
Right.
The only excuse is that mental barrier we put on ourselves, which is, you know, I think that's the topic and the headline of the show, probably that mental barrier that we
Mhm.
put on ourselves. So, um, yeah, man. What a way to end Mental Mondays. All right, this is episode 26. Dub,
Yo, brother.
any closing comments for the people? All right.
Nah, I mean, I'm happy I came on today. Maddie, I'm telling it like it is right now. So I'm not some Mondays I'm not through Mental Monday. The idea of I'm gonna come up here. I don't want to talk about what's going on in my head. These people think I'm nuts. I don't think that you guys are gonna think I'm nuts. I don't think that, but just that anxiety, and every time I
Even if
come
they
on,
did,
it's like,
bro.
damn. I'm not, but I'm like, damn, I should. It's like running.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm glad I came out. Like, I'm going out there. Oh, not today, but
No
I
doubt
got.
about
You know, come out there, just show up, and you can be glad you did.
Right.
I'm glad you came. Like, you know, it'll be all right.
Well,
You're gonna catch the bus tomorrow. You're gonna be able to record in front of people. It's gonna be fine.
yeah.
Everything is beautiful. Relax. There's nothing to worry about. As the great Robert De Niro said one time, there's nothing to worry about. Everything's gonna be fine.
Well, like our intro and outro song, I hope you find some kind of peace of mind. All right, everybody. Don't go anywhere for those that are watching live with us. Okay, this is the conclusion of Mental Mondays with episode 26. The mental barriers we put on ourselves, but coming up next, Epis Sports. We're going to do a little sports to end the night off, all right? It's 11:10 p.m. Eastern Time right now. Jeff McNeil traded away for the Mets. We got a little football going on. We got basketball as usual, and a couple other different topics that hopefully we'll get to tonight. Don't know how long we will be going, but I imagine at least an hour, something like that. Who knows? Maybe we'll just get a jam-packed 30 in. I don't know. But again, for those of you watching with us live, stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We're going to cut to a quick break, and it will come in. All right? Those that are watching in post on YouTube, I appreciate you as always. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell. Put the notifications on so you get notified when we go live and or for future content coming up. All right, love all the support we've been getting on all the socials lately. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. It has just been of abundance lately. So we really appreciate all the newcomers. We had a subscription 3 hours ago on YouTube. Joshua, appreciate you, man. Let's keep it going. Let's keep on showing up. Let's end 2025 on a hell of a note and start 2026 on a much better note than the New York Mets. All right, everybody. Merry Christmas to you. We will see you next week before the new year. As always, keep on showing up.
Wake up! You can't remember where it was. Has this dream stopped?
Hope you find some kind of peace of mind. And hope you find some kind of peace of mind.
All right, everybody. Thank you for watching Mental Mondays with Epis, episode 26. Mental barriers we put on ourselves. Stay tuned for Epis Sports coming up next.
Hope you find